Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Chichester Marina. I'll give you a slow look around. Standing on the bow of San Pagita, still up on the hard, but she's being splashed tomorrow. There's no wind. The sun is out, sky is blue. You can just see the tides in through the trees into Chichester Harbour over there. And there's a nature reserve on this side, so there's plenty of birds, which is all very positive. It all sounds very nice until they come and do their business on my boat every morning. Every day I'm clearing this bird smoke off. It's much better actually when you're in the water surrounded by other boats, but up here on the hard I'm an easy target. So why am I up here? Because we're getting splashed tomorrow, and one of the jobs I wanted to do while up on the hard and it's easy to access is change the navigation lights. So there's a red and green on the front and a stern light on the back, and they're bulbs and they draw quite a lot of current. So I've bought new LED ones, and one of the things that I was a bit worried about when I lifted the boat is the red and green wasn't working. So you can see the wire goes in through the pulpit and comes out, and then it goes just through the deck with no protection. And so I want to do a better job of that, because that'll let water into the core of the boat. That's really not good. And generally, why am I talking to you? Because so many jobs that I've been doing over the last 2 weeks have grown. You know, you do something and then you need to cut an access hole, or you do that and you break something, so then you've got to fix that as well, or I've got to go over to the other side into storage. So jobs just take longer and get more complicated. But this job, I was just investigating it a few minutes ago because I was thinking of pulling the whole wire through because I didn't know where the break was. This job's going easier because I found the wire break, and it's about 6 inches, maybe less, through the hole where that wire goes. So for once I think this job's going to be simpler. I'll show you the wire break in a minute, but I think I'm just going to be able to pull the wires through. I'm actually going to solder on some short extensions because 6 inches doesn't give me much to work with, but it means I won't have to pull the wire through the pulpit. I can change the light, I can make sure it goes through a proper cable fitting for the hull, and then I can reuse the existing wire all the way back to the DC panel rather than having to pull through a new line like I thought I was going to have to. So that's a great way to start the day. It's nearly 9 o'clock on Thursday. I've got a full day of jobs today before she gets splashed tomorrow. So I'll show you the inside now. So hopefully you can see the cable coming through. It's red and black. It's early wire by the looks of things, like lots of wiring on this boat. So it's not tinned copper. Unfortunately they didn't use that back in the 80s, and so it's oxidized quite badly. And what I found, it then connects to domestic mains wire, which isn't great, which is also oxidizing, of course. And it was just crimped, and I hate crimps. I hate crimps so much. I just don't understand that. Electronics, electrical engineering, computer science, that's my background, and I just don't understand how metal pressed against metal in this environment is meant to give a good bond. I just don't get it. Basically the 12-volt line had pulled apart. I don't know how. It just kind of corroded, fallen apart at this connection, and this connection was behind this this kind of fabric tucked up here. So at least we understand why it wasn't working. But I will reuse a lot of this wiring. It'll make this job a lot easier. I can always come back another time and do it, but everyone says that on sailing videos and they never do. Me probably the same. But if I can make a good bond at this junction, then the rest of that mains wire back to the DC panel will be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's see if this is really on. I spoke too soon. It's just another boat job. There's a problem. So here up at the light unit, I'm getting 9.23 volts. Nine volts instead of 12. And you can see there's some cable abrasion there. And a minute ago, off camera, it dropped down to 4 volts as I wiggled it. I just want 12 volts. So, that end of the cable, 12 volts. This end of the cable, 9 volts. It's obviously a deteriorating cable and I might have to do the dreaded pull through. I'll keep investigating. Right, before resorting to pulling cables, I have stripped back some of the older wire to slightly better metal, reconnected that. So let's check what voltage I'm getting here inside the boat. .5 volts because the charge is on. I'm now only getting 1.5 volts here. So I think I'm going to have to pull the cable. There's some kind of break in the cable through the pulpit. Oh goodness me. That's what I wanted to avoid. But it's got to be done. I don't know if you can see this, but the ends of this wire, I've now about 1 inch or 2 up, cutting away old wire, and the actual copper fibres are still black and oxidised, which is a bit of a problem because I was thinking to solder them together to make a really good end for me to create a mousing line, but I'm going to have to try and clear them up because I don't think they will solder. It just goes to show what untinned copper cables do on a boat after years. That oxidisation was inside the boat, that wire, and a long way from the end. I don't think much solder is doing anything here, it's just lobbing to the side, it's just too oxidised. Let's try some sandpaper. do some fancy stuff with cotton. This is really strong, there's no way I can break it. It looks thin, but it's super strong. I've used it a lot. So I'm going to be threading it between the red and black, and then tying it, wrapping it, all sorts. Let's just have a little think about this. I've also cut the end off the kind of crimp I do like, the one which has the self-adhesive shrink wrap. So this will go sticky and plasticky and shrink, which is my kind of plan. So let's see how this works. I'll show it to you after I've assembled it. Because if this breaks partway through, I'm really in trouble. I'll show you that. So this very strong kind of waxed cotton goes through the red and black, which are then soldered of a fashion anyway, as much as the oxidation will allow. So I've then wrapped it around and then tied it off at the end and used some of that self-adhesive heat wrap, shrink wrap. So I reckon that will be alright. So let's pull this bad boy through. Alright, we have cotton through the first bit, then it has to go back in and down to there if we can. Okay, over the noise of the Spitfire. Hopefully you can see the cotton. It's come all the way through. So now I've got to set up the mounting line the other end to pull through the new cable, the new tinned copper wire cable. Let's try and do this. My arms are just long enough. It's definitely gentler to feed it and pull it at the same time. This chrome pulpit's got some sharp edges. It's not ideal for cable and insulation. Now I'm going to very slowly take my time. Pulling and pushing. Oh, arms are just long enough. The ends so that I couldn't do all the routing and then cut through the insulation by mistake. That's about what I need at that end. Enough at this end, so let's mouse the second bit. Uh-oh, that broke. Fortunately, I should be able to do it without mousing mine. Okay, I've done it. The edges on that chrome, the holes and maybe some burry bits inside, not sure, are sharp. There's lots of like shredded insulation evidence that there's sharp edges, and it did wear through the mounting line anyway. I managed, because that was a simple one, I managed to pull it through. That was touch and go. At least it got through the really complicated one. So we're in a good place, except I now need to make the end up on that cable, which I'm obviously going to do really carefully now. I've moused it through. But yeah, I'll take you off camera. I'll bring you back when it's done. Alright, I said I'd bring you back when it's done. So we now have a neat deck
entry point for the cable, for the new cable, which then goes up here and up here and up here and around there. And I put a loop on because I don't like leaving cables too short, because it gives no chance for amendments later. So I've done a little loop, and hopefully you'll be able to see that the light is on. But let me take you down and show you. So there we go. I can see a red light, can you? So that's that job done. LED, red and green. I haven't got them the right way around.